Happy hump day. What the fuck is up, my britches? If you are new here, hello, my name is Brittany. I know, rise and shine, everybody. Hope you got your coffee ready. I figure let's get this out of the way because the last thing that I wanted to do was to film, edit, and upload an eyeshadow palette declutter. And you're going to see why, because we got about 60 palettes to fly through. We're going to have a little swatch party. I see my girl Karen Harris in the live chat right now. She is the queen of swatch parties. And I see you guys all coming in. What the fuck is up, my britches? How we doing? Happy hump day. Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine. We're getting it popping bright and early. So let's just do the damn thing. If you guys like this video, thumbs it up or thumbs it down. If you don't like these videos, thumbs it down, share it out, share it on your social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Give me a little retweet on my Twitter. If you're not following me, everything is @_ Britt Clark, as you see it on my page right now. Oh, I got little burps going. Queen of live streams. I can't even deal. So let me say hello to everybody in the live chat. Then we'll get it popping. So I'm streaming both on my Facebook page and on my YouTube channel. So whatever platform you're watching on, let your girl know. So we have Judith in the live chat. What's up, my bridge? We have Karen Harris, Joanne, Veronica. We have Glitter Kitten, Katie, Christy, Princetta. What's up, my girl? Terry, Tiffany. What's going on? Coffee and working with your live in the background. Perfect. We love that for you. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Laura. What's up, girl? All right. We got a lot of palettes to go through. So we're going to basically show you guys all the palettes that I have. This probably isn't going to be like an insane declutter. I'm not going to lie. I spend a lot of money on my palettes, okay? They're my favorite product probably to collect. So I don't plan on decluttering a lot of them. It's more going to be if I just really don't use the palette, don't like it, don't like the formula, whatever. This is more of to show you guys my eyeshadow palette collection. So that's what we're going to do. First one I want to start with is this palette is so fucking bomb, okay? This palette's on sale right now for like $20 from Colored Raine. It's the Queen of Hearts palette. It is such a bomb palette. Like I said, we're going to do swatches. The metallics in this palette are absolutely fire. Colored Raine is going to be an indie brand. I believe they're women-owned and I believe that they're owned by people of color. Am I correct on that? I love this palette. This was actually a gift for Christmas a couple years ago. I see somebody giving a thumbs up on Facebook. Yes, we love that. Follow suit, everybody. Like, share, all that fun stuff. But the metallics in this palette, this is my favorite thing. And you're going to see why. Because these are, the white one's a little bit chunky. But these other ones, oh my god, are so fucking bomb. This palette was really hyped up years ago. Do you see the metallicness? I wish I could be closer so you could really see the reflection. But just look at that. This palette's on sale right now for like $20. Such a good eyeshadow palette. It's a really beautiful, I would say it's like a neutral-ish palette. It's got the berry tones in there. This is like a really good everyday type of palette. It is also an indie brand as well. So, I mean, who doesn't love to support indie brands, especially in the times like we're in now? So this one is definitely staying in my collection. One of my favorite palettes, and it was a gift from my mother-in-law. So definitely hanging on to this one. I freaking love it. Every time I use it, it's like, oh my god, why do I never use this palette? It's so good. Next one, I'm going to try to keep these by brand. I think I only have one of the Melt Cosmetics. This is the Muerte palette. I'm not getting rid of this one either. I think the color story on this is so freaking unique. I'm not the biggest fan of Melt's metallic formula, but this, I love the color story of this because I think it's so unique. I don't have anything like this in my collection. They just had this on sale for like 30% off. There's so many sales going on right now, but it's weird because like they're metallics. I don't like the texture of them because they are very chunky, but this shade, when you put it on your eye, like it's very metallic. It's just a little bit more chunky than I typically like, but it's the color story of what I really like about this. And then they blend out really nicely. This is the type of palette though, if I were to have swatched it in store, I wouldn't have bought it because I don't know, it's like the formula does not feel like it would be good. You know what I mean? Like they feel like they would be chalky, but when you apply them on your eyes, it's like I don't know. It's so weird too with Melt Cosmetics because it's like, I feel like I could look at somebody and know that they're wearing a Melt Cosmetics palette. You know what I mean? So this one I'm definitely keeping. I love this palette. I need to get more of the Melt palettes. They're just so damn expensive. That's the only downfall for the like little amount of shades that you get. It's like they're so freaking expensive. Apparently the Muerte isn't restocking. I didn't realize it was limited edition. I didn't actually. Yes, I did. The Muerte and the Vita were limited. Oh, that's a bummer. This sold out so quick when they all went on sale. I was trying to convince my friend to purchase that. It's seriously so good. Yes, that's a person of color brand. Okay, so you're talking about Color Raine still. So this one's definitely not going anywhere. I'm putting all these palettes on my floor. This next one, I talked about this palette in, oh my God, it was like my 10 palettes, I think, for Valentine's Day. This is such a beautiful palette. The only downfall is, one, it's expensive. This is the Huda Beauty, the new nude eyeshadow palette. It's one of those palettes, so it seems like, even though there's a nice variety of shades, I'm trying not to get myself in the reflection on these mirrors, but you guys might see my like after work, like this is what I look like after work right now. So it's like, it's one of those palettes that I feel like all the looks that I do end up coming out looking the same. You know what I mean? So I'm going to hang on to this one because I do really like it. I'm probably going to end up swatching a ton of metallics because that's my favorite thing to swatch is metallics, because makeup porn. I love that. These like marble looking metallics in this palette. I really enjoy this palette. I always like go into this palette expecting my look to always look the same. As annoying as it is, but it's like, I don't get mad about it because the looks still come out looking beautiful. And I think this is really springtime appropriate. I think it's really nice for like Valentine's Day. Like I said before, it has 2 pressed glitters in here. It's got a concealer in there as well. That's one thing I wish that wasn't in there. But overall, it is a really nice palette. This is the only palette I have from Huda. I mean, I've wanted to try so many of her palettes, but she's another brand. Her eyeshadow palettes are really expensive. But I've heard that like Huda has those mini palettes. I believe they're made differently than her bigger palettes. So from what I hear, I'm judging by what I've heard from other creators and friends of mine, like the palettes from Huda are the way to go versus like those mini palettes because the quality of these are usually better. So I'm going to keep this one. I already know that I love it. I use it all the time. And the metallics in it are gorgina. Laura says she's waiting on her 420 palette. I almost got that. Oh, Joanne says they're expensive and fragile. Yes, I've heard that a lot about Melt Cosmetics. I was going to get the Melt palette or the 420 palette. I just don't think now is the right time for me to buy it because I know I won't use it for this time of the year. So this next one, you know damn well I ain't getting rid of this. This is my Lorac Beauty and the Beast eyeshadow palette. I don't like the color story of it, but it's very much Beauty and the Beast. Like there's no shades in here that excite me to swatch, so I'm not going to swatch it. I'm keeping this solely because, I mean, Beauty and the Beast, you guys. I feel like if you watch my channel, you know I'm a huge fan of Beauty and the Beast. Anything I have that's Disney, like Beauty and the Beast related, I'm never going to get rid of it. I'm just going to collect it forever. So this one, we're just going to keep that one. You can't get that one anymore either. So we're just going to kind of bypass over that one. This next one, I'm going to drop so many palettes. This is going to be my Younique and Kat Von D. Oh, what was the name of the palette? It was like the like obnoxiously oblong black palette. It had like the mattes in the rectangular pans. And then it had these like metallics in there. I kept only the metallics and I cannot remember what the hell the name of that freaking palette was. It wasn't the Shade and Light. Somebody in the comments is probably going to know what palette I'm talking about. So these palettes are these eyeshadows over here it'll be your guys's right, I think. Yes, the Metal Matte palette. Yes, these are going to be the metallics from this. Those were the standout eyeshadows in that palette. And then these ones over here are going to be the Younique shadows. I really like the Younique shadows, but they're so fucking expensive, like ridiculously expensive. So I won't purchase any more of them. I feel like I got my staples, but I don't really reach for them that often. I'm going to keep them just because of how much money I spent on them. And I did like a full-blown review on Younique, like every like aspect of Younique. I probably should like update it because it is a pretty old video. But overall, I don't ever reach for them. But these shades over here were so, oh, these ones are swatch worthy. These were so nice. So stinking nice. Are you guys liking how I'm doing some swatches? I'm still kind of like blowing through all these palettes. Do you guys like what's happening right now? I just get excited over metallic shadows. It's just it's just the shit that I love. I love me a good metallic reflective eyeshadow. So I just depotted those ones. Sarah says she just watched my Younique review from 2 years ago. See, that's the one. It's so old. I feel like it's still pretty accurate. I would say for the most part, I've decluttered a lot of Younique makeup though. Here's the deal. If you're going to spend that kind of money on makeup, buy like Charlotte Tilbury or like Pat McGrath at this point, or Hourglass. I would not spend the money on Younique now that I've used those brands. So, I mean, I'm going to keep these because of how much I spent on them, but I would not buy them again. I wish that this palette was permanent, that metal matte palette though, because those metallics were absolutely fire. Next one's going to be the Midas Cosmetics and Smoky Glow palette. I like this one. I'm not like in love with it. It's a good palette. It just doesn't like blow me away, knock my socks off. I was expecting to reach for it, I think, a lot. Look at this freaking mirror. Oh my God. If you see me right now, hi, I just got out of work. Yeah, it's like I really like some of the shades in here. I experience a lot of patchiness with this palette. That's the only downfall, but this shade Nutty is so beautiful. Like, look at it. It's gorgeous. One thing that I really didn't like about this, because this one was sent to me, and then I did a giveaway with the palette that I had actually purchased because I bought the PR kit. The shipping with Midas Cosmetics was ridiculous. Like the shipping was like $15. These metallics are really nice. It's the mattes that I'm not typically a fan of because I experienced, like I said, a lot of patchiness. I'm still going to hang on to this. I think this palette really reflects Hannah. If you don't follow Hannah, she's Smoky Glow on YouTube. Like the metallics nail it for me. They're not as poppy though on the lids as I would like them to be. So it's one of those palettes. I think I'll reach for it more in the springtime. It just makes me take a little bit longer doing my makeup. Like I wasn't blown away by this palette, but I'm really excited to have it because I love me some Smoky Glow. So I'm going to still hang on to this one. Next one. Oh my God. I feel like I'm talking about this palette all the freaking time. Nicole says, hi, first time on live stream. Yes. We love that for you. I love it. Maybe Kendo will revamp the palette. Yes. Now that they've changed up Kat Von D. I'm so curious. I hope they completely detach from like the brand of Kat Von D itself, because I feel like Kat Von D as a brand really like reflected her as a person, you know what I mean? And now that it's not Kat Von D, like they need to change up like everything, at least I think. All right, so this next one, I'm going to keep taking sips of coffee, so sorry, not sorry. This next one, I feel like I'm always talking about this goddamn palette, and it is seriously the most basic ass neutral palette you've probably ever seen, but it's amazing. Like the quality of this is phenomenal. This is going to be, I'm just going to pull it out now because I keep saying this and I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. If you missed out on I don't even know how to explain it, the coveted or like the sought after, like people shit their pants all over the place, the Makeup by Mario palette and Anastasia Beverly Hills, I feel like the Supreme Nudes from Artist Couture is better. I honest to God think it's better. I think there's so many shades in here, or not so many. Okay, I think there's like 4 shades in here that are damn near dupeable. I'm going to show you. So we have Lula, we have Isabel. I've been like dying to show these because I keep saying it. And I'm like, I need to show them what I'm talking about. So 3 of those shades, the 3 mattes. Okay. Then we have Silhouette. I need to swatch that one a little bit better because I didn't pick up enough. Like when the mattes swatch on the Artist Couture, they don't swatch the best. It's how they perform on the eyes. It's where I really like these. We have this one here. That's going to be Transcend. And then we have Aesthetic. Like, they're not exact, but they're so close because the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Makeup by Mario palette, you can't get this anymore. And it has just a very similar color story. And like I said, I think the Supreme Nudes is better. And I'm going to show you why I think that they're better. It's because of these like metallics. The metallics in this palette, look at how Gorgina, absolutely Gorgina. This other shade here, this green, I forget the name of it. Supreme. Wow, I should have known that one. Just look at how beautiful. The metallics in this palette, not even close. Like they're still beautiful, but they're not nearly as reflective as the Artist Couture. So if you missed out on this palette, if you were dying for it, you wanted to get it and you just never got it, and you still long for it, the Supreme Nudes is a really great option for if you really like this color story. There is a little bit more in the Master by Mario palette, but I'm keeping both. Let me just say that. I'm keeping both of them because they're both Gorgina, but I honestly think that this palette is better than the Anastasia one. Let's see. Holy, those blow ABH metallics out of the water for realsies. Especially that opulence, that like, it's like an orangey gold. It's so freaking Gorgina. I can't get enough of it. I feel like I'm talking about that palette nonstop. And that's why. It's because they're beautiful. The mattes don't swatch the best. But the metallics, though, they're the standouts. Wow, I cannot talk. You can tell I worked overnight last night. The metallics are the standouts in that palette for sure. Okay, while we're at it, I was going to stick to brand. Let's stick with Mario, the KKW times Mario palette. I never reach for this one. I'm not going to get rid of it because I feel like this is such an iconic palette because if you didn't know, Mario is Kim Kardashian. Look at, you're seeing my setup. Mario is Kim Kardashian's makeup artist. He was like the freaking makeup muse. Okay. He set like the standards for the beauty industry for a lot of different areas. And it was because of Kim Kardashian. Like everybody like lived, breathed, and died for her makeup. So this was the first palette that they did. This is the only palette that I've gotten from KKW. I never reach for it. Do I think it's anything unique? Like the Pop of Blue didn't make sense to me at first until like I heard the story behind it. It's a nice palette. It's not anything. It's ColourPop pretty much. Now that like, I think it was Karen. She was the one that was like, oh yeah, they're Seed Beauty. Like it's made literally by ColourPop. Just buy a ColourPop palette. Okay, if you missed this one and you were bummed about it, don't be bummed. Like, the idea of this palette was so much nicer than the quality actually was, in my humble opinion. So I'm going to still hang on to this one because I feel like this is like a collector's item. And like I said, I've spent a lot of money on this shit, and I don't want to just get rid of stuff to get rid of it. I really want the Artist Couture palette. I really love that palette. That's like the perfect everyday palette. And I also feel like it's a really nice bridal palette as well. I have that one and never reach for it. I don't either. I mean, I don't know why, because it's still like a decent palette. It's just, it's okay. So now, good morning. Good morning, sunshine. Rise and shine. All right, let me grab, if you're wondering the makeup wipes that I use, I talk about these in all of my empties videos, and I'll have an empties video probably this week or next week. They're from Costco. They're the Kirkland Signature Daily Facial Towelettes. They're the bomb.com. My favorite wipes of all time. I'm going to keep wiping off my table too. Keep it clean, you know? Good, because I had mad FOMO with that Kim K one. Yeah, it's a nice palette, but it's okay. It's not the best. Okay, next one is going to be the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette. I bought this one because it was on sale. It was like half off. I wish I never bought this because I've used it, but I never reach for it. I don't really like this palette, honestly. I think I'm actually going to declutter this one because I like the tones in it. I'm just not really a fan of the formula. Like it's not really easily blendable. And I don't know, maybe it's because maybe it was old when I got it because like I said, it was on sale. I think I got it at Sephora. So I'm actually going to get rid of this one. I don't know. And then it smells like peaches. It's just an all matte palette. I mean, it's nothing special. I'm gonna get rid of that one, I think. Let's put that one on that side. The next one, I'm not getting rid of this one. No fucking way. I did a live stream with Karen Harris. We did the eyeshadow palette tag, and this was my like favorite memory palette. This was the eyeshadow palette I wore on my wedding day. I haven't touched it since my wedding day, and I won't touch it. It's just so special to me. So I keep it in my collection for now until I do like a shadow box, because we're going to be like redoing my, like when we redo our walk-in closet, I'm going to have like my dress in there and have it like shadow box and stuff. And I want to put this in there. So I just keep it in my collection for now. It was so used and abused. I used the shit out of this palette. It's just a really beautiful basic ass palette. But yeah, that's the story on that palette. But if I were to recommend any palette from Too Faced, it's going to be this Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. Like, look at the packaging for first of all. It's so beautiful. I love the packaging on this. But this is another one. I'm like running out of breath. Oh my God. This is another one. I love the metallics in this palette. I haven't used this in such a long time, but these are going to be blinding, like blinding metallics. Let's have a swatch party, you guys. So I'll do the pink. They might not be as good now because this is a pretty old palette. But oh my God, when I first got this palette, okay, they still are pretty nice. Let me go in with, I used to use this shade here all the time. They kind of pick up a little bit chunky. This was Rich Bitch. Oh my God, this is the one I used to wear. I used to wear that shade all the time. Just gorgeous, beautiful. This was my favorite Too Faced palette that ever came out. I like the fact that it has, like, if you covered up all this here, like you have like your neutral palette, you have a black in there, you have basically like so much variety. Like, oh my God, it's so annoying to me. Like when you could see me in the mirrors. So I love the variety that this has. I wish that these were like 2 shades instead of 1 big shade for the shade here and then the gold one, because I never go through eyeshadows ever. So I really enjoy this palette. I mean, I feel like I still see it for like half off every so often. So, I mean, still a really nice palette. I'm going to hang on to this one too. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat, because I'm out of breath and I need to take a break for a second. Emily says, same, I bought it because it was on sale, but I never reached for it. I think she's talking about the oh my God, what was the palette I was talking about? Oh, the Peachy Mattes. I hope they still do. About a while back, and I almost did. Oh, you guys are talking to each other. Okay. Good morning, Britches. My gold bar started to get wet marks around the shadows. Weird. Mine didn't do that. I don't feel like, okay, the formula doesn't feel the same, but I don't care. I'm still not getting rid of it. This next one is the original Naked palette. I feel like everybody's seen this probably 1,000 times. I'm not going to swatch it because it's going to do it no justice. I hang on to this palette specifically because this was my first ever like high-end palette I ever purchased. So I love this palette. I keep it because it's very sentimental to me. This is another one that I would like to do like a shadow box in my like makeup room just to get it out of my drawers, you know? But yeah, this was the very first palette that I had ever purchased at Sephora. So love this one. It was a really great palette for a really long time. Like I almost hit pan on the shade over here. Oh my God, I used to wear the shit. I used to wear the shit out of this palette. So we're going to still hang on to that one because, you know, sentimental value. Now let's move on to, we'll do ColourPop. Okay. I feel like everybody loves ColourPop and I like ColourPop, but I'm always very underwhelmed. So I have these left out because I did a collaboration with Leah Janae. I'll leave it linked down below after because I forgot to put that in the description box. I talked about these palettes in our like makeup I purchased because it was Disney. So I'm a Disney freak. We went through this already. So I have the Misunderstood, the original designer collection, and also the Midnight Masquerade. My favorite of the 3 is the original one because one, it's just your perfect basic bitch palette. But this shade right here, like this shade or this palette was, I think, like $15. I would pay $15 just for this shade right here. Cause look at, I swatch this every single time. Look at, it's just your perfect metallic silver. And it's like a $15 palette. Such a good palette. I really like the metallics. It's like their mattes and their pressed glitters that I'm not usually a fan of. But the Misunderstood palette, this has some really pretty metallics in here too. The only thing that I don't like about this is it's not like a cohesive palette. Like I can't just use this palette. Most of the time I have to reach for others. But again, look at these. These are such inexpensive palettes. The only downfall with ColourPop is their quality for me is very hit or miss. But these palettes, I think they nailed it. I'm going to swatch more because these are like some of my favorite metallics. Like, just look at them. Makeup porn. We love that. So these two I really love. This is the one I'm kind of surprised at myself because I thought this was going to be my favorite one, but I don't think I've used this once. I honestly don't. These have these pressed glitters in here, and these are what I'm not a fan of. Like the glitter in these are so thick. Like they're so chunky. That's just bad news bears for my problematic ass eyes. Like I have really sensitive eyes, and I could put glitter on my eyes, but I can't do glitter. I'm going to try to swatch these just so you could see. Like, it's almost like the Tarte Beauty glitter. Like, when you look at it, you're like, oh, wow, that's beautiful. But it's like too much for your eyes. Like, I wish you could see the thick pieces of glitter in there. You really can't, though. I don't know. I don't like those because I think that they're, like, problematic for the eyes. But this shade right here, oh, my God. Oh, my God. Gorgina. I can't even deal. So I hang on to these. Oh, I forgot about this one. This is going to be like a duochrome, I think. Oh, my God. Love it. I love it. I hang on to these because they're Disney and I love them. I should probably reach for them more though. I really should. But like I said, the misunderstood one, I feel like you need like a palette to go with it to complete a look. This one, I feel like you can get a complete look. And then the original palette, I feel like you can get a complete look. If I were to pick any of them, it's going to be this one, though. I just thought they nailed it with this one. I think it's so pretty. The metallics in it are beautiful. And it's a really nice, just like neutral, basic bitch palette, which we love that. We love a good basic palette. Give me a comment in the live chat right now if you're a hashtag basic britch for a neutral eyeshadow palette. Okay, so those two are from ColourPop. And then I have two more. I've got... let me take a breath. We have the It's My Pleasure ColourPop palette. I was so pissed. I did a video. I did like when the palette was coming out, the Bloodlust palette. I did like a do I already have it type of video with that palette. And I could not find this palette. And I was like, oh, maybe I decluttered it. No, I definitely found it as soon as I was done. This is a pretty purple palette. Like for some reason, people are always asking me for purple eye looks. This palette's okay though. This is like another one. I feel like this is a missed palette for me. Like it's okay, but it doesn't make me like shit my pants over the quality. Like the metallics in the Disney palettes are better than these, I think. Like they just pick up a little bit more like chunky and they don't look as metallic. Like when I swatch them like this, they look okay. But it's when you put them on the eyes, I don't think they're as flattering as like the Disney palettes are. So I actually think I'm going to get rid of this one because, yeah, it's just like the quality of this one. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm not going to get rid of it because the minute I get rid of it, I'm going to wish that I had it. I'm going to hang on to it for now. I'll see if I reach for it because it still works. I'm not just going to get rid of something to get rid of it because I could still see myself reaching for this. That reminds me of like the sequin shades from the Tarte Beauty palette. It's got like the little sparkles in there. Yeah, so I'm going to hang on to this one. Like I said in the beginning, I don't foresee myself decluttering too many, but maybe I'll surprise myself, but I'm not going to just declutter them to declutter them. So we're going to hang on to this one. And then the last one is the Kathleen Lights Dream Street palette. I also love this palette. This one was a hit product for me. Hold on, let me wipe this off. So if I want to swatch any in here, I can. I mean, I think we could stop collabing with Kathleen Lights at this point, ColourPop. Just me and my humble opinion. But I really like this palette. My favorite shade in this palette is going to be this one right here because it's so poppy. It's just like a beautiful coral. Mattes never swatch nice for me. I always like get off by swatching metallics. But even like the quality of this one, it doesn't feel... You know what? You know what I'm noticing with ColourPop? Their products don't... I'm going to get rid of this one because that one just swatched like hot garbage. Their palettes don't stand the test of time. It almost feels like they expire really quickly. Do I want to get rid of this one? I probably should because like two of those shades were tragic. Let me try... Hang on. Let me wipe this off and then wipe them on my pants because that's how I roll. Linda of Glitter Fallout is here. What's up, Linda? I I mean, it's nice. You know what? I'm going to keep it. Collector's item. It's Kathleen Light's palette. Would I repurchase this, though? No, I would not. No, it's a classic. Yeah, I'll keep it because it's a collector's piece. But let me stand by that statement, though. I don't feel like ColourPop palettes stand the test of time. I feel like they like expire quickly. Like this used to swatch amazing. And now it's just like, meh, their products don't have long shelf life. Yeah, exactly. I just don't feel like, I mean, ColourPop for me is always that brand that people are like, yeah, it's good for its price. Like, it's never like, these are amazing eyeshadow palettes. You know what I mean? Katie Marie, what's up, girl? I was just watching your channel at work last night. Or I was listening to it. I listened to like videos in the background. I was just listening to you last night. But this palette, I would not repurchase it. I don't usually purchase ColourPop palettes for that reason right there. She has so many collector's pieces with them. True story, Joanne. True story. Okay, so we'll hang on to that one. Twist my arm. Twist my arm. It's the fast fashion of makeup. Yes. Katie said, don't get me started on ColourPop and their products that go bad so quickly. Preach, sister. Preach. Preach, sister. Keep it going. Let's see. Let's go to Dose of Colors. I want to love Dose of Colors eyeshadows in the worst way possible. I have questions for Samantha March because she loves this goddamn palette and I think it's trash. I hate this palette with a passion. Like, they feel so nice. They swatch so, like, they look so nice for especially being matte shadows. Like, you could not ask for better when it comes to mattes. But on the eyes, I don't know what happens to these. I really don't. It's like I apply it to my eyes and it just goes poof, because they're so soft. So I keep wanting to love this palette. I've tried it a million times and I'm always just like, this is way too much work. It's way too much building. I feel like if you're not experienced with eyeshadows, this might be a good start because it's hard to go like overboard with these, at least in my opinion. That's been my experience with these. But for me, since I know how to like manipulate eyeshadows and I'm more experienced, I can't be bothered with this palette. So I'm definitely getting rid of this one because I literally want to throw it across the room every single time that I use it. So we're going to get rid of that one. And then this next one, we're keeping this because this is another collector's piece. This is the Desi times Katie Dose of Colors. This was the original like quad that they did. Again, this is so dried out. I'm not going to swatch it because it's just tragic. These were such an odd formula. Like, they gave you like directions when you purchased it, like which ones you should use Fix Plus with or whatever. I don't like Dose of Colors eyeshadows. I just don't. I really like it was like the blue. Let me rephrase. It wasn't blue eyeshadows. It was like a blue packaging palette. The Hidden Treasure palette. That was the only one from Dose of Colors that I've liked so far, but I dropped it like the day that I got it. So I decluttered that one, but I'm going to keep this one just for like collector's piece, but I don't buy Dose of Colors palettes anymore because I just don't like them. So that one is there. These next two. Y'all need to stop sleeping on Alamar Cosmetics, okay? I found Alamar Cosmetics in BoxyCharm. And these metallics are fucking amazing. These palettes are fucking amazing. When you look at the color stories, you're like, okay, I don't get it. I don't understand why. But it's when you put them on, and it's when you put these palettes together. Like, I feel like these I wish they would build onto this. Like, I love these palettes for, let me try to get these in the center. I love these palettes for spring and summer because I think the shades in them are beautiful. But let's play with the metallics, okay? Because this is, oh my God, these are so blinding, so gorgina. I initially got this palette. This is like the volume 1. I got this one in BoxyCharm, and I loved these metallics so much. That's why I bought the second palette. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. They're so good. So good. I feel like they're so underrated too. Let's see. Oh, I always forgot which ones I use wet, and it was confusing. Yeah, with the Dose of Colors, I thought the same thing. I like Alamar Cosmetics palettes. Her brushes haven't impressed me though. I like the green set of brushes. I don't really like the pink set, but I like the green ones. This shade I thought was so beautiful. Oh my god. I feel like Karen right now, where she's just like, oh my god. Oh my god. I'm telling you, the metallics in these palettes are so stinking nice. So nice. I keep these palettes for those reasons. The mattes in these palettes are also really beautiful, but the metallics are the standouts. These are another one like Melt Cosmetics, how I said, like, I could look at somebody and know that they're wearing them. That's how I feel about these metallics. But Melt is like the one I'm like, oh yeah, you're definitely wearing a Melt Cosmetics palette. So I'm keeping both of these. I really love them both. I might depot them eventually and just put them into one palette. Call me Emily Hand with depotting all of my eyeshadows and putting them into colored palettes. Angie! I died laughing at your comment last night. You're like, wait, what did I just say? When I'm trying to sell you your orgasm, your blush palette. Oh my god, I love it. What's up, girl? All right, let's go. Let's just hold on. Let me wipe you down here really quick because we're looking a hot ass mess over here. Okay, there's that. Throw that wipe out. We need another one. Let's touch some Anastasia Beverly Hills and let me just throw palettes on the ground while I'm at it. So we have Modern Renaissance, Soft Glam, Norvina, Sultry. I literally put all these upside down. And then the I'm Easy palette. And I'm keeping every single one, and I just totally wrecked everything that I just did by wiping that down. Let's start with the I'm Easy because this is the newest one. Oh, let's see. If Alamar came out with a neutral palette, I would buy it. Yes, basic Britch. Preach, girl. Everybody losing their mind because Angie came up in here. Stop trying to sell me orgasm. You came to Britt Clark's channel where we sell you orgasms, okay? If you missed my last few live streams, I've been obsessed with the new NARS Orgasm X palette. And it's like a problem. So this is probably my favorite palette that Anastasia Beverly Hills has done. I like the variety that this has. I like that it has the glitters, which I know some people aren't fans of them. I love everything about this. Like, this is a palette that just speaks to me. The color story speaks to me. These are shades that I reach for. I kind of wish that these two shades were just a little bit more different. Like, they're definitely different, but they're almost like not different enough. You know what I mean? But I love like the shade Barb. This is so soft. It kind of reminds me of the Midas Cosmetics, that nutty shade that I showed you guys earlier. It's so reflective, so beautiful. But I even feel like the metallics in this palette, they're like so much more superior than what we've seen in the past from Anastasia Beverly Hills. At least I think so. I think this is such a nice palette. The packaging is super fucking cute. I'm Reezy's queen. And you know what? It's so impressive to me, like how ride or die her audience is. Like, they retweet all of her shit. It's nuts. Like, if I'm Reezy posts something, I see it for the rest of the day just because people are retweeting it. It's crazy. Oh, let's see. What are you guys saying in the live chat? Angie's presence makes me squeal every time. Oh my God, I love it. She's the best. I'm like, me and her need to be friends. Dan, waking up at 6 a.m. on the West Coast and the bridges are in action. Girl, we came to get down this morning. That's weird. I'm on an iPhone. Does it look like it were? Oh, okay. You guys are talking to each other. KJ, what's up, girl? Oh, I think everybody's like waking up right now. Good morning, everyone. Did you like this video yet? Did you share it yet? Just saying. Joanne said, I purchased the Jackie over I'm Reezy and I love it so far. Okay, the Jackie Aina palette. Only 2 more report cards and I'm on this chat. Yes, girl. The Jackie Aina palette I thought was so beautiful, but it didn't get its time to shine, I don't think. I get so like upset about that because I felt like I went in store. I should have bought it. And I never did. And I've regretted it ever since. I think you could still get it on some places. But it's so beautiful, especially if you're darker complexion. I feel like it's such a good palette. But I was just like, oh my God, it didn't do it justice online. And then it kind of got bypassed by all the Norvina launches, which was so unfortunate. Let's get back to, we got the Sultry palette. This is my go-to cool tone palette. I don't need a Jeffree Star Cosmetics cremated palette. This is all that I need. I don't wear cool tones that often. I love them, but it's just not something I need like a big ass palette. Like this is perfect for me. I could have done without the pop of coral in here. I wish there was like maybe one more matte shade in here, but I'm still not pissed about it. I think this is a really nice cool tone palette. Still one of my favorites. I really love the look at that packaging. Nailed it on the packaging. I'm definitely not getting rid of this one. Jackie Anna is my favorite of the ABH and I'm Palace paper. Her theme song gives me life. I love it. Okay, this is my least favorite palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's the Norvina palette. And I thought that this would be my absolute favorite. I need to reach for this again, though, because I tried it so many times and I hated it literally every single time that I used it. It just was so much work to get it to work. But I want to revisit it and see if I have a better experience in general with it. Because the metallics are nice in here. They're just not as poppy as I like them to be. I think after all the swatches that you guys are seeing, you're getting a gist of what I like. They still shine, but they're not poppy. You know what I mean? So these ones, I'm just I feel like this is for your everyday, if you like that hint of purple. Okay, I need to reach for this more because these metallics are kind of giving it to me right now. I'll reach for this palette again. I'm not getting rid of it. Even though I'm just I hate this palette. It's my least favorite probably in my collection. I'm going to try it again, though. Maybe I'll do a throwback Thursday on this one this week. We'll see. Let's see. Next one, Soft Glam. I think this is my second favorite to the Amrezy palette because, the tones. The tones are, perfect for me. I just look at this and I'm just it's glorious. I'm not going to swatch it because they're all the Anastasia ones are starting to all look the same. They do. It's you don't need all these palettes. It's almost like a pick a color story that speaks to you the most. The Modern Renaissance, looking at it now, I'm it looks so much like the Colored Raine Queen of Hearts palette. Do I need both of them? No. Should I have bought both of them? No. But am I glad that I have them? Absolutely. If I were to choose between the Modern Renaissance and the Queen of Hearts, I would pick the Queen of Hearts. That's a statement right there because I loved this damn palette for so long. But I think if I were to pick one, it would be the Amrezy and then Soft Glam second to Amrezy. Those were just my favorite color stories. Oh, let's see. Of course, Angie loves the Norvina OG. Of course you do. Of course you do, Angie. Goddamn you. Susan, good morning. Oh, I swear I'm the only one on earth that not into soft glam. Oh, throw it my way if you don't want the last one. Soft glam color story wasn't for me. You're not alone. Queen of Hearts is so good for realsies. And the fact that it's, guys, if you have not checked out the Queen of Hearts palette, or if you've been eyeing it, it's on sale. I covered this in the beginning. That was the first palette that I did. It's on sale now for $20, $21. And it's such a solid palette. Do I need to dig it out again? Okay. All the Anastasia palettes, you're staying with mama. Okay. What do we want to do next? Let's do this Physicians Formula, the Butter Eyeshadow palette. Do I love this? No. But do I love this for the drugstore? Yes. I never reach for it, but if I'm ever looking for a drugstore eyeshadow palette, because this is where I feel that the drugstore drops the ball so hard, is eyeshadow palettes. Anytime people are asking me what eyeshadow palette do I get at the drugstore, I just say don't. I just tell them to go buy one at Sephora because it's this still is not perfect, but it's nice. It's really nice palette, but it's that, oh, it's good for its price type of palette. You know what I mean? And I don't like to judge things that way. I like it to, no matter the price point, I want it to knock my socks off. And this is probably the best one that I found at the drugstore. But still, like, I keep hearing really good things about those new like e.l.f. mini palettes. But this is like, it's nice. It is a nice palette. I don't want to say that it's not. Like the freaking powders in this are super soft. They're blendable. If you're looking for an affordable eyeshadow palette readily available, like that's what I'm talking about. It's like this shade is so stiff and then it's got like nothing to it. So it's, I don't know. I think high end nails it with the drugs, or wow, that just made no sense. High end nails it when it comes to eyeshadow palettes. If you're looking for foundations, concealers, yes, go to the drugstore. Mascara, yes, go to the drugstore. Eyeshadow palettes though, I would take this $15 that this costs and I would invest it towards a different palette from a high-end brand. That's just my humble opinion. I'm still going to keep this so I have a drugstore affordable option, but I would still tell you everything that I just told you. Let me not repeat it 8,000 times. Okay, these next ones, I think I'm going to have like a lot of these are from BoxyCharm. This one is the Celestial Thunder from Dominique Cosmetics. I really, really like this palette. I was really surprised at the quality of Dominique Cosmetics. I always hear really good things about Dominique Cosmetics, but as usual, I'm always a skeptic when it comes to like anything that I hear on the internet. So I really enjoyed this. This is not available. I think this was BoxyCharm exclusive, but there is a palette it's like a little bit bigger. I think it has like 4 or 6 more shades in it. It's available at Sephora and it's going to be, it's like something Thunder, I think. It's not called the Celestial Thunder. It has a different name to it, but it's got like a similar packaging. It's got like a similar vibe to this. So I really do enjoy this. This shade right here, what is it? Eternal Light is so, it's like a topper shade, but it's so pretty and it's got so much glitteriness to it. This one's a little bit tough. Like this was like a palette I was happy to get in BoxyCharm. If I were to have seen it in store, I don't know if I would have purchased it because, again, these metallics aren't like poppy like I look for. It's the mattes that I really like in this palette. But I'm going to keep this one because I still really do enjoy it. But now we're going to get into the problematic palettes. So this next one, I'm definitely decluttering. This Butter London palette. Oh, the worst palette I've ever used in my entire life. Like, no shade against Butter London, but this is terrible. Absolutely terrible. I hate this palette. I'm just like, bitch, bye. Bye, Felicia. Don't let the door kick you on the way out. You done here. I'm not even gonna swatch it. No, thank you, ma'am. Goodbye, Butter London. Let me see what you guys are saying in the live chat. I never reached for it, but there is no but. Just get rid of it. Stop it, Angie. Stop it right now. The Physicians Formula one is okay. I hate the stiff shadow. Yes, in it though. I love the e.l.f. ones. I'm hearing such good things about those e.l.f. palettes. I'm agreed. I want to love drugstore eyeshadow, but it's a note for me, dog. Exactly. Every time I wear my e.l.f. jalapeno palette, someone says something to me. I saw Teresa is Dead wearing that in her newest video. And I almost lost my shit because it looks so cute on her. So I'm like, I think that's the one that I would get because I really like the like lime green shade in there. Random question, but maybe you guys can answer. Is Pat McGrath Golden Opulence good? It's currently on sale. I have never tried it, but if anybody could help out in the live chat, let her know. I am getting the new Pat McGrath palette as long as it doesn't sell out. It's so much easier said than done for us makeup hoarders. I know, Angie. What the fuck? I have no problem getting rid of stuff. Bye-bye, bitch. I realize I'm a makeup lover, not a collector. It depends for me. Like certain things I hold on to for like the weirdest reasons. Sometimes it make no fucking sense. But this is like the practice I started doing because I realized after my first declutter, I got rid of stuff and then as soon as I got rid of it, I went to reach for it again and I'm like, fuck, I wish I never got rid of it. That's what always happens to me. So now I take them out of my drawers before I just like go ham and get rid of them. I give myself like a little bit of time to see if I'm like, okay, I want this palette or whatever. Because I have gone back and taken palettes out before. So I do that. But I'm just a hoarder when it comes to makeup, man. Okay, this pure, what is this? The Midnight Masquerade face palette. I'm going to get rid of this one. I never reach for it. I don't really like the whole entire structure. Like it's got the 4 like cheek. What the hell is on that? I think it's just the way that it's pressed. I think like it's a, I don't know, that had something over the top. I'm like, what is like, it's got like little white things over the top. It almost looks like mold. Ew. I think it's like an overspray, but I don't know. Anywho, I just don't like this. That's all. That's all, folks. I don't even know why I kept it. I don't even know why I tried using it when I initially got it. That was another BoxyCharm one. That's one thing I'm noticing a lot with the palettes that I really don't like. Most of the time they come from BoxyCharm. Okay, this next one, the 24K Nudes from Maybelline. I refuse to get rid of this because this was one of the first palettes that Shannon ever bought for me. Why he bought this for me, I have no fucking idea. I got it and I'm like, oh, you definitely picked this out on your own, didn't you? I'm such an asshole, but it was like, it wasn't a palette I ever talked about. It was like Valentine's Day or something. So I hang on to it for that reason. He got me another one. I don't think I've touched it yet. No, it's still, oh, it's this. I'll get to it because I have other palettes from the brand. So I'm going to hang on to this one. It's nothing special. Oh my God, Angie. Thank you for the super chat. That's beyond generous. Thank you so much. Thank you for staying. Oh my God, I freaking love you. Like, seriously, get Marco Polo so we can Marco Polo each other. Okay, so this palette, I'm keeping it because Shannon gave it to me. So that's that on that. Next one. This is another one that came from BoxyCharm, the Violet Voss Essentials Pro Series eyeshadow palette. Oh my God, I almost knocked over my Sephora palette. This one was shockingly really good. I really enjoyed this when I used it. I don't reach for it often. I think it's just like, when I look at it, I'm just like, it's kind of boring. But I remember the shadows being really nice. So I think I'm going to hang on to this one for a little bit longer. It's one of those, I'm like, do I really need it though? No. I'm a hoarder. What can I say? Yeah, it's like these are still really nice. They're a little bit more powdery. They're not as poppy. They're not as like shiny. But I remember this being really nice. I'm going to keep it for now. We'll see if I end up reaching for it. Maybe in the next declutter, I'll get rid of it. By the way, I've been decluttering like my whole collection. I think this is going to be my last one. Because I honestly hate editing these videos. Like, that's why I'm live today. I had no intention on doing this live. But I hate editing these. Let me just be honest. Okay, this next one is going to be the Sephora. This was from the mini collection. First of all, how cute and how dusty is this little package right here? It's so freaking cute. I think I used this like once, or I swatched it once. I like that the mirror, you have the option to take that out if you want, and then you could turn it into like a clutch. I think it's super cute. I keep this because it's Minnie Mouse. It's Disney. I love it. Audra Home is here. What's up, Audra? I keep this because I usually showcase it in the background of my videos. I just think it's super cute. It's Sephora. The quality of it's decent. It's not anything to write home about. This is another collector's piece for me. So I love it. Love the packaging. We're hanging on to this one. Let's see. This next one. This was gifted to me from a subscriber. I freaking love this. I've never touched it because it's Beauty and the Beast. This is another one that was featured in my collab with Leah Janae. It's super cute. It looks like a book. It's so chunky, so that's one downfall of it, but I showcase this, so I don't mind. It's just one that I never use. Glitter Fallout says, my dudes. Oh, Hot Topic palette. My dudes, there are 77 people watching and only 77 thumbs up downs. Get on that shit. Get on it. Get on it. I need to see more likes on Facebook. I see 3 on Facebook. What's happening, you guys? Come on. My dudes, there are 76 and 39 thumbs up, down. Get on that shiz. Correction. Like the damn video or dislike the video. Let me know what you guys like to see. Anyways, I'm keeping this because I showcased this one. It's Disney. I love it. We're keeping that one. Let's see what's next. Okay, these are going to be Urban Decay. I've got 2. Let me tell you this right now. If you're ever looking at Urban Decay, don't buy them when they initially drop. Okay? Urban Decay is known known for their palettes going on sale half off. Never fails, ever. What's one of their palettes that's relatively new? The Wired palette. It's on sale right now for half off. Terry says, I don't even have a Facebook. So first one's going to be the Urban Decay Nocturnal Shadow Box. This was the other one that Shannon got me. I look at these next to each other. I'm like, they have a striking resemblance. They're literally like the same thing. You know what? He tried. He tried, though. This was the first and last time that he bought me makeup. So I keep both of them. I keep both of them because he got them for me. And I remember that story every single time that I look at him, and it just makes me smile. Because I'm like, you know what? He tried. He really did. And I love that. Chrissy says, I like the video before the live even started. See, that's what we'd like to see. Let's see. Yup, waiting on it and got the honey half off. Exactly. Cough, cough, naked honey. It's literally every single palette that Urban Decay does. Christy, what's up, Christy? You have to keep it just because it's Disney. Exactly. See, you guys understand my love for Disney. You tell them, Linda. By the way, I've subscribed to you from your collab with Brit. We love that. Oh my God. Linda's like my soul sister. If you're wondering who Linda is, it's Glitter Fallout. We just did our collab talking about what's in our carts for the upcoming Ulta sale that we're still waiting for because Ulta's playing us and not giving us a 20% off coupon code yet. But if you guys haven't figured out what the hell, I'm just wondering. It's hilarious. Twins. I think Shannon is a basic bitch, man. He's the most basic bitch. Boys be like, well, I didn't see it in your collection. No wonder. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, this next one, the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. This palette's fucking fire. This is probably the best palette, I think, aside from the original Naked palette that Urban Decay has done. I don't know how these didn't end up at the same time, but whatever. We're going to carry on anyways. This was such a good palette. Love it. I love it for spring. I love it for like all seasons. Spring, summer, fall, winter. I love this. It's like almost like spring on this side, fall on this side. But then you can mix them all up, use it all year. I love it. This is such a good palette. These are other ones that it's like when you swatch them, it doesn't really knock your socks off. But they're still really nice. It's the matte in this palette that I really like. Are you guys noticing a trend with the palettes that I like yet? Because I feel like they all look the damn same. But this shade right here, I thought was so unique. Like, I love that shade right there. It's so beautiful. I'm not getting rid of this one. The packaging, like, how freaking cute. Oh, so now, thank you so much for the super chat. I love the packaging on this. I love everything about it. If you guys are wondering, like, when you guys see like these little super chats come across here, it's basically like people make donations to my channel. You don't have to do that. It's just like a little cool thing that, you know, people like to support channels. So if you're wondering just what that is, it's called a super chat. We love to do that. We like to lose our shit when we see super chats come across too. Nico says, I never bought the Born to Run. I'm sad about it. It's really good. It's a really good palette. And I don't reach it for it enough, but I need to make sure that I do. So I don't know. That's another reason really why I like to do these types of videos, because it kind of helps me refine my collection. This next one, goodbye, Felicia. The Becca Cosmetics and Jaclyn Hill. This was one I kept in my... I just totally shoved my finger right in that. This was another one. Oh, Glitter Fallout. Thank you so much for the super chat. I have to bounce, but I'll talk to you later, chicka. Girl, we'll Marco Polo later. Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh my God, you guys are the freaking best. This Becca Cosmetics and Jaclyn Hill palette. I kept this, like I decluttered it, and then I brought it back. So I'm like, you know what? This is like a collector's piece. There was so much bullshit drama with this palette. Oh my God, Nicole. Thank you so much for the super chat. Love you, girl. I fucking love my britches. Okay, let me get through this damn palette. There was so much drama with this palette. And, like, my palette was good. But I think by now, if you've been following my channel at all, you know my feelings on this influencer. I don't support anything that this person does. So it's going to get the fuck out of my collection. So we're going to declutter that one once and for all. God, I forgot about the Jaclyn Hill and Becca. So much drama with so many releases. Literally every single release known to man that has come out from Jaclyn has had some sort of drama. Never fails. Anywho, let's carry on. Next one. This was sent to me from Exotic Vixen Cosmetics. This is the Egyptian Goddess collection, or the Egyptian Goddess palette. This was like an okay palette. I did a look with it. It was like a decent palette, but for how much this was, like, I want to say that this retailed for like high 30s or 40s. I feel bad saying it just because this was sent to me, but it was just a palette. I'm like, I can't really get behind that price tag for something so minimal. And then like the packaging was like, I didn't really like this palette. I didn't like really anything in it besides this shade right here, but I have so many other shades that look just like that. So I'm actually going to declutter this in my collection. Oh my God, Ozzy's like choking on something upstairs. He's got like a hairball. That doesn't scream Egyptian eye. Yeah, I just was like, I was kind of confused when I got it. It looked different, I thought, when I saw like pictures and stuff. I was a little bit underwhelmed, but I still tried it anyways. And then it was just like, it's okay. But it was more of like the price. I was like, I just really couldn't get behind the price tag of that, especially for only 5 shadows. I was like, especially if they don't blow me away. Like if it's 5 shadows and they're really, really good shadows, I won't be pissed about it. But when they're really not anything special, that's where I'm going to be a lot more critical about it. Oh, let's see. Next one is going to be the City Mini palette from Maybelline. This was from, I don't even know why I got this. This was like the Makeup by Shayla. I don't even follow Shayla. So I was like, why did I buy this? I think I bought it for a video and then I just never did it. I'm going to get rid of it. I don't use it. It's not good. That's it. That's all I got for that one. Goodbye. Bye, Felicia. This next one, this is the Essence All About the Nudes eyeshadow palette. This palette's like $4 or something like that. This is the basic bridge palette right here. These are actually really, really nice. They're really soft. They're not like crazy pigmented, but this is if you want like a really soft, just natural looking eye. I would say this is probably better for more fair skin. I'm going to get rid of it though, because I don't use it. But these, like, I was kind of surprised at how soft the shadows were. There's not like a ton of, there's not like a ton of pigment. I think it's more of if you want like a wash of color. I'm going to get rid of this one too, because I just never reach for it. And it was only $4. So I'm like, okay, I'm not that upset to get rid of it. These next two are going to be from Collab. I believe these were sent to me or gifted to me from Sally Beauty, I believe. These. Am I saying that right, These? Ask me that after. A great beginner palette. Yeah, I think that's accurate. Like, it's if you want something real natural. So these Collab palettes, I like these palettes. I think I'm going to I don't know, like I kind of want to get rid of them, but I kind of want to keep them because these are really nice for a more affordable option. They're like it's a good for its price type of product. I don't personally use them, but I kind of want to keep them just so I have those options in my collection. Like if I'm ever doing comparisons, like this is a really good alternative for like modern Renaissance. But this palette I think is like $15. I would tell you to stop right now what you're doing and go to Color Drain website and buy the the Queen of Hearts palette for $20. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I don't ever want to come off as like it's a good for its price type of person, because I think no matter what, if you're spending money on something, it should be worth like what you're paying. Yeah, you know what I mean? Am I like the only one that thinks like that? I don't know. I think I'm going to keep these just so I have them. But I could see myself getting rid of these in the future. Like they're nothing spectacular. They're just like an okay palette. My thoughts on high end just ruling the eyeshadow game still stands. Okay, let's talk about Natasha Denona. We're going to go from Collab makeup, which is super affordable, to one of the most expensive freaking eyeshadow brands that I have. what's your guys' favorite Natasha Denona palette? Because I know you guys love you some Natasha Denona in my live chat right now. So I have a few. I have a pretty good collection going on here. Let me move these over really quick. All right, so we've got these 3 mini palettes. We have the Tropic palette, the Metropolis palette, and then these 2 palettes were from holiday, I think 2 years ago, the Aries and the Joya palette. My favorite palettes are these mini palettes, I would say, because I think for the price and the quality, you get such a good bang for your buck with these palettes. And they're $25. You get 5 shadows, but the quality is phenomenal. Like, these are worth $25, no question about it. If you're wanting to go a little bit more expensive, if you have no problem with spending your money on luxury makeup, this palette is phenomenal. I need to get the Biba palette, but I'm holding out in hopes that Natasha does a palette like this with a color story like the Biba. You follow me? I feel like I say this all the time. This is, if I were to pick one palette, like regardless of price or anything, this would be the palette that I would pick. I picked this one because I feel like it's the perfect mixture of like the gold palette, the Biba palette, like all the palettes that Natasha Denona has done. I feel like this is the best variety and it gives you like a taste of each palette. You know what I mean? That's why I really like this one. I think it's very fall appropriate, like fall, winter. I love this one, but I could still use it spring and summer. It's Gorgina. Absolutely beautiful. I see Princetta. She says it's not her favorite. Makeup is totally preference. Everybody has a difference in preference. I hear a lot of people like the gold palette, but this one, I don't have the gold palette, so this is the only one that I can go by. This palette's phenomenal. I think it's beautiful. I love the formula of Natasha's metallics as well. Like, they're so reflective. They're so nice. Like, her palettes are so expensive, but you can like feel the quality in her palettes. At least I can. They're beautiful. So stunning. I'm a big fan of these. I really like the structure of the Metropolis though. I really love how she did. It was a more expensive palette, but you had more shades and you didn't have so much product. You know what? Like, it wasn't like you had a big pan like you do in this Tropic palette. Like, I really like this Tropic palette too. There was just a couple shades in here that I didn't really love, but you see how big these pans are in here? It's like, I'm never going to go through an eyeshadow palette like an eyeshadow pan that's that big. I could see myself going through a size like this. Just look at the size difference in the pans. Like, these 2 palettes are the same price and you get more shadows, more variety, more everything than you do in the Tropic palette. So I much prefer this structure. I love the structure. But like this palette here, this bottom row, I didn't like the blue shade. I didn't like the green shade. Like, these 2 shades were okay, but this blue shade right here I thought was so stinking beautiful. Like, this shade, oh my God, I haven't used this palette in so long. This shade here was really beautiful. And then this, this matte blue was so nuts. So beautiful. Love that one. I'm going to keep both because these are very expensive. They're like $129 eyeshadow palettes. I know not everybody's wanting to spend that much on palettes. If the quality's there, it does not bother me to spend that kind of money on eyeshadow palettes. I mean, I could spend my money on much worse things than makeup. So I'll take this addiction over others. I'll just say that because people are probably like, oh my God, you spend that much money on eyeshadows? Yes, I do, because they're truly spectacular. They're effortless. They're stunning. All the good things that you could do to describe an eyeshadow, these absolutely have that. So I love both of those. I don't think I would recommend this one anymore just because of like the duds in it. I don't know. I just don't think it's worth the price. But Metropolis, I would definitely say that that's worth the price. But I do want to get Biba. I do want to get, do I want to get the gold? I want to get the Biba, but I really want her to just launch something that's like the Metropolis with a Biba color story. But let's get into these mini palettes because I feel like these are so nice. Like, even if you're a beginner with makeup, if you're experienced with makeup, like, so many people can get uses out of these. And the quality of them is amazing. You get 5 eyeshadows. They're travel friendly. Not that everybody's traveling all the time, especially right now. But I love these. I think they're such high quality. They're consistent for the most part. I mean, I have these 3, and I think there's maybe like 6 of these total. Like, just look how beautiful. I think my favorite one is going to be the mini nude, just because I wear this one the most often. But the one that catches my eye the most is the mini gold. I think the mini gold is so pretty, especially like these, like metallic. It's always the metallic shades. I think these metallic shades are beautiful, especially like this one. It's got like a duochrome shift to it. My light might be washing it out a little bit, but these are so nice. I really like pairing this one, like this color story, with the Artist Couture Supreme Nudes. I think these go so well together. Like, I like this mini retro. I really like this shade. Like, this shade is so stunning. This like metallic gray. Absolutely beautiful. I really like that one too. It's just, I wish that there was a little bit more depth with the pinks, but they're super wearable. They're really beautiful. If I were to pick one to recommend the most, though, it would be the mini nude, just because I feel like this would work the most for the most people. And it's just like cute every day. I really like these. I think they're really high quality. They're definitely worth the $25 in my opinion. So I'm keeping all these bitches. So these 2 can go over here. Yes, I'm that weirdo that still keeps all my palettes in the box. Then we have these palettes. I haven't touched these in a while, but I'm not getting rid of them. This color story, I like lost my shit over this. I thought it was so pretty. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. I want the Biba and the mini retro so bad. Do you think the Tropic is worth it being half off? No, I wouldn't get it. I wouldn't get it now. I would have said yes when I first got the palette, but now I would not say. I think there's other like more Tropic palettes that are more worth that price tag. Girl, you do not need to justify your purchase, period. True story. True fucking story. Does Natasha have sales often? They've been on sale a lot at Sephora. Keep an eye on Sephora. Like, I know that there was like, what was it? The Tropic palette's still on sale. I think that's half off. The Safari palette's on sale. Natasha's a lot more frequently on sale now. It feels like she was never on sale before, but now it's much more frequent. It's only worth it on sale if you were eyeing it at full price. So this shade, this is the Aries palette. This still feels so nice. These feel so nice. Oh my God. I don't know what it was about this color story that I love so much. This was like a topper shade right here. It spoke to me. It absolutely spoke to me. This shade's not really the best, but these other ones, oh my God. I'm telling you, I saw this color story and I could not stop thinking about it. I instantly bought it. Like, as soon as it dropped, I still remember even buying it. It was like Christmas time. I loved it. And I loved it so much that I bought this one after the fact. This is going to be the Joya palette. I don't think you can get either one. Or no, I think these might be still available on Natasha's website, maybe. I mean, I really like them. I feel like, I don't know, if like the color story speaks to you, it's worth it. But if it doesn't, it's not worth it. You know, I would much rather probably, because these were like $50, I think, like that, or something like that, or like 45. I would take that money and get something like Metropolis or something like that. I don't know if I would buy these 5 pans. I would be more likely to buy these 5 pans over these ones here, because again, I'm not going to go through shadows this size, you know? So these ones, I'm going to keep all of them because I want to. These next ones, these are going to finally get decluttered, but I had to show them off. These were my original Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I am such a Makeup Geek biatch. And look you see how tragic this palette looks? It's because when I traveled, the airline trashed it. Completely smashed my palette. This palette was full and all of my shadows broke. I was so pissed. So these are all going to go bye-bye because I now have the new palettes and I love them. I fucking love these palettes. These are, I want to say this because I feel like this is genuinely my thought on it. It's hard to say because there's so many palettes that I love, but these I would say are my favorite formula eyeshadows are Makeup Geek. Makeup Geek and Natasha Denona, they're like my top 2 formulas. I cannot wait for Makeup Geek to expand the foiled range. If you get anything from Makeup Geek, it's the foiled shadows. I love them so much. I've loved them always. And I'm going to show you why. Because these have that pop. They're like blinding. They have a certain texture to them that they're very flattering. Because I have textured eyelids. So sometimes, a perfect example of this is sometimes metallic shadows will make my eyes look more textured. So when I initially purchased my Younique shadows, I loved like the metallicness of them. Did I get all of them? No, I'm missing one. I love the metallicness of the Younique shades, but they looked so textured on my, like they made my lids look so old. These ones are so blinding. They're so poppy, but they look really, really flattering on my textured eyelids. So foiled shadows, hands down, amazing. The purples in this collection are hit or miss because, I mean, I feel like purples is the hardest eyeshadow to master as far as like experiencing patchiness or anything like that. But this is another formula. I could watch my old videos and I know when I'm wearing Makeup Geek shadows. It's so bizarre. Like I was listening through like, because I think I'm going to do like a 3-month like haul update, and I was watching my video and I was like, yes, I'm wearing Makeup Geek shadows because it just gives you like an effortless blend, and it's just, there's just something so special and unique about Makeup Geek. This is just totally my opinion. I'm such a fan. I use the shade Bedrock for my brows all the time. Love it. These are, I think my favorites, my all-time favorites are Makeup Geek. I'm pretty confident with saying that for like shadow formula. So these ones we're going bye-bye. This whole thing's just going to get thrown out because it's broke anyways. But then you have all the originals. I'm probably going to keep this Z palette because it's super fucking cute. And actually Z palette, I tweeted about like this happening, and Z palette sent me a replacement palette because they must have felt bad for me. So thank you, Z palette, for that. So I'm going to get rid of all those individual shadows. Now let's talk about Carity. So I used to be on Carity's PR list for like a hot second, and then I just never really talked about their products, so that's probably why I got removed, because I was never really blown away. I love like the mission behind their brand because it's like every time you purchase from them, they do like a donation, but the quality of them just isn't the best. I could see using like, especially this palette here. I might keep this one. Because if I do like Halloween looks, this is where I would use a palette like this. Something that's not like super amazing quality. It's something to almost like set those like water-based paints or something like that. Like basically palettes that I don't care if I beat the shit out of them. That's what I would see something like this being for. I've used the Picante palette. I feel like this was a lot nicer in quality than some of the other palettes that I received. But it's just like, it's an okay palette. I just don't ever reach for it. So I'm going to declutter this one. But I'm so grateful to have even been sent these. And I mean, I want to try more from the brand. It's just not a brand that really like excites me that often. So I'm going to keep this one. I'm actually going to put this with like my Halloween makeup. Not that I usually do Halloween looks, but I mean, you never know. Maybe I'll feel froggy. So we're going to get rid of the Picante. I actually think I'm going to have a giveaway because I have another one of these palettes in my collection right now, like in my giveaway drawer. And then I'm going to keep this like pigmented, was it the highly pigmented matte eyeshadows? I'll keep this for like my wannabe special effects stuff. Because let's be honest, I'm no glam and gore, okay? Oh, I forgot. Okay, I got more Makeup Geek. Hold on. This is going to be the Pumpkin Spice palette. I'm going to get rid of this, I think. Hold on. Let me see if I have... I'm trying to think if I have like all the shades in here or something similar. I feel like I have like everything in the new formula that I do in here. So I'll probably end up getting rid of this one or like passing it all along to somebody. And it's like the old formula. So I want to stay with like the current stuff for my channel. So I'll probably get rid of that one too. And we'll just stick with the new palettes. Okay, this next one is going to be the Tartelette in Bloom palette. By the way, did you guys like this video yet? Just wondering. I love this palette. I think this is another one. It's a really good beginner palette. I think this is a really nice, just really easy to use. It could be a bridal palette. It's got your, I would say it's like neutral to cool toned. It's like right in the middle. I think it's a really nice palette. It's really easy to work with. It's got like 1, 2 shimmer shades in here. Everything else is matte. It's a nice palette. Like I used to love this palette. The packaging's super fucking cute. I'm still going to keep it because I feel like if I do like a throwback Thursday, this would be one that I would like to feature because it's just, I mean, it's a really nice palette. I always like this palette. So we're going to keep that one too. This next one is going to be from Glamlite. This is the Miracle, just the Miracle palette. I got this in, actually Angie that was here earlier. She did a collab with Try Beauty Box. And this was the palette that was in here. This was shockingly really pretty. Like I don't ever think I've tried Glamlite, but these metallics are so soft. I'm going to keep this one because this was, like I said, the only Glamlite palette that I've ever gotten so far. And these were just nice. Like, it's a really pretty pink palette. Would I have purchased this if it wasn't for Angie collabing with Try Beauty Box to get this? Probably not. I don't think this would have spoke to me like seeing it in the store. But since I have it, I think it's really nice, especially for springtime. So I'm going to keep this one for now. And just so I have Glamlite in my collection because I've never tried them before. So we're going to keep that one. Let's see. I'm tempted to buy the Glamlite Street Taco Bag. I forget what that looks like now that you say that. Joanne, we're going to get there. Don't you worry. I want Give Me Glow Cosmetics highlighters and Vintage Rose palette so bad. And the Kaleidos. Girl, same. Girl, same. I want to see what's in the donut palette. I know that's another one, another new one coming. All right, this next one's going to be another BoxyCharm and Pure. I knew I had another one when I talked about the other one earlier. I thought this was nice. Like, I've used it a couple times. I got really pretty looks out of it. It's just, it's not my favorite. I'm just going to get rid of it. It's not even really worth swatching. Like, the shadows in here don't really excite me that much. I feel like these three look so similar to one another. Yeah, we're going to get rid of this one. Next one is going to be the BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. Such a good palette, especially if you want something more colorful. It's so pretty. And the quality of this is really, really nice. Like, watch. This shade like blows me away every time with how just pigmented, like look at the pigment on it. It's so freaking pink. And one thing that I really like about these is they don't really stain my eye. Like a lot of the times when I'll use some of these other like super intense shadows like these, they always stain my lids. These ones, they might stain it a little bit. They kind of pick up a little weird. Like you probably see it falling on the table. They kind of pick up a little bit weird, but as long as it has the color payoff, like I do my eyes first when I, like, look at that. Look how pretty these are. They're so nice. I think the mattes are what really stand out to me in this palette. Like the metallics are okay, but just look at that. It's so spring and summer. Is it looking like too bright for you guys right now, or is it still looking good? Let me know on that in the live chat, because I feel like it's starting to get brighter because the sun, I think, is starting to come through my window. What time is the Lunar Beauty release? Is it today? You guys, y'all better not sell out that palette before I buy it today, okay? It's at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time today. Lunar Beauty's new release, and I can't freaking wait. I'm buying the whole damn thing. This palette I'm keeping because it's such a good palette. Every time I travel, I bring this palette with me because I want that like taste of like the tropical shades, you know? I always bring this one with me. So we're going to keep this one. And then I also have the BH Cosmetics, the Party Girl After Hours. I'm going to get rid of this one because I never reach for it. Why I bought it was probably to get like half off or not half off, free shipping or something like that. I don't like how tiny the pans are. But it doesn't piss me off because like my brush fits in there. It's just the color story. It doesn't really inspire me or anything like that. And like the metallics aren't that great. I just feel like the Weekend Festival palette is far more superior quality wise than this palette is. So I'm going to get rid of this one because I don't ever reach for it. So there's no point. This next one, this is the last Morphe palette in my collection. I think I decluttered this the last time, but this is another one. I'm just like, I feel like it's a collector's piece. Hi, Kimberly. What's up, girl? This is the Morphe and Kathleen Lights palette. So I really like this palette when I got it. If I were to revisit this, I guarantee I would hate it. Not only because I don't like the brand anymore, but I just think my experience with makeup is so much further along than it was back when I used this palette. I just kept it for that reason. I'm probably still going to hang on to it just because I love Kathleen Lights. I think she's just such a fun person. And again, I feel like it's a collector's piece, but yeah, we're going to hang on to it for now. I feel like one day I'll declutter it. But speaking of Lunar Beauty, let's talk about two of my favorite eyeshadow palettes in my collection right now. I am such a fan of Lunar Beauty. It's ridiculous. So if I were to pick between the two, for me personally, because I have green eyes, I love the Moonspell palette. I love the Moonspell because this color story just really accents my eyes in like all the best ways. Anytime I wear shades like the greens, the purples, the neutrals, my eyes just really stand out. So if you have green eyes, I highly recommend this palette. I think it's sold out on Manny's website or Lunar Beauty's website right now. I think you can get it at Beauty Bay still, but this is one of like my go-tos in my collection. It's such a good palette. But you guys, this palette, I was wearing this in my, if you guys saw my Sephora haul, this was the palette I was wearing. This is on sale right now for like $29 at Sephora. Such a bomb ass palette. And then this shade, I like can't touch this palette without swatching this shade. It's the, what is it? It's Blue Diamond. It just has the most beautiful, reflective, duochromeness to it. It's gorgeous. It's such a beautiful shade. I love both of these palettes so much. I think this shade right here, Mary, is so unique. It's just like a grungy, almost like a gray brown. It's so good. Oh my God. These palettes are so bomb. Manny, I used to sleep on his brand because, I mean, it's no secret. He used to be pretty problematic, but he like stayed in his lane for a really long time. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this brand because I think everything looks really pretty. And I'm so glad that I did because I just saw Ola. Is it Ola? Lunar Beauty is so underrated. Like, I feel like they're starting to get the hype now. Like, I see a lot of people are excited about the palette that's launching today. He's launching a blush palette. I'm seeing a lot of hype over that right now. So I think everybody's like coming around to see like how good his quality of products are. The only thing that I don't like about this palette is I don't think the blues made sense. I wish that those weren't in there because in his Life's a Drag palette, he had the blues. So I was like, I really wish that there was different shades, but I still think these palettes are beautiful. Like I would 1000%, like I paid full price for this palette, but it's so worth $29 at Sephora. It's such a good palette, especially like spring, summer. My favorite shade is the shade Sunrise. It's just like a hot coral. Like I love shades like this. It's so pretty. Really good palettes. Two of my favorite in my entire collection for sure. Oh, let's see. I need to take a drink. Holy cow. I'm like, Tiffany said, your makeup was so good in Sephora haul. I think I need it. You don't need it, but it's real fucking good. Let me just tell you that. It's really, really pretty. But for me personally, I really like Moonspell just because the color story works so well for my eyes. So well. So really love those. And then look at like the packaging. Just look at the packaging. How gorgina. He nails it. Absolutely nails it. I have green eyes, even though, so maybe I need Moonspell. I actually enjoy Manny. I love his content now. No, Spellbound on Lunar website is available. On Sephora site is out of stock. I had to go back to Lunar to pick up strawberry. What's Spellbound? I'm also curious. I'm wondering if his products are going to restock today because like a lot of Lunar Beauty's website is sold out. It's hard when you have blue eyes. I agree. I find blurples. Blurples. His packaging is bomb for sure. Okay, we're almost done. We got, I think, 4 more. Next one up is Tarte Beauty. Normally, I would declutter this because I really do not like this palette. It's way too much work for me, but I'm not going to get rid of it. The mirror in here is fire. I love the mirror. I'm going to keep this palette because I love the sequins. I love these like pressed glitters because they're not like, you know how I was talking about the ColourPop earlier where it has like the chunky glitters? I hope that she does like a 6-pan with glitter. Like I wish that she would do just smaller palettes with just the glitters because I love the glitters so much because it has like it has some sort of a something that actually like holds it together to make it feel almost like a jelly, or it feels like an eyeshadow. It's easier to apply because of what it's made with. Or I don't know. I'm like totally blanking on the word for it right now, but like look at how beautiful. Look at how beautiful these are. This is where I'm like, okay, I don't like the palette, but I love these. These are so nice, but would I pay for the whole palette for just these? No. That's why I really hope that she does like smaller palettes with just these because these are exceptional. Exceptionally good. Just look at it. If you're a glitter bitch, these are beautiful. But the palette's like $50. It's like $50. Like, I don't know. I mean, some people are going to be like, oh yeah, that's worth $50 right there. The only thing with these is you need to use some sort of a base with these simply because these will fall out on your face. I know she'll tell you in her videos that they don't, but they absolutely do. That's like the one thing that I hate about influencer marketing when it comes to like them selling their own products. Like I feel like Jeffree Star does the same things. Like he says that, like, I shouldn't say he. I feel like they have their selling pants on, which, okay, it's your brand. I get it, whatever. But don't lie. So with these, they're beautiful. They're stunning. They're easy to work with. It's just they will fall out on your face. They're not perfect by any means. That's what, like, kind of where I was getting with, like, Jeffree Star is. They paint their stuff, and I get it if you're passionate about it, whatever the case is, but they always, like, sell it as it's perfect. Like, nothing's better than this. I mean, these are beautiful, but everything else in the palette, I think, like, you don't need it. They're very lackluster. I think if you're not really experienced with makeup, but then again, it's gonna, how do I want to explain this? I would rather learn with good products than learn with crap products and almost like have to figure out what good products are. You know what I mean? Because that's what I feel like happened to me was I was trying all these like lackluster products. And now after spending so much damn money on those lackluster products when I could have invested into these like higher end luxury brands, I wish I would have done it that way. Like, it's almost like I wish I would have started with the best and then worked my way down. But then I don't think I would have went down. I don't know. But I'm going to keep this palette because I do really like the glitters. Everything else though, I'm just like, it's just too much work. It's too much work for just a basic ass look. But the glitters are really pretty. This would be the type of palette that I would buy it if you guys wanted me to. Because it's not like, I'm not like pissed that I bought it. I only get pissed at how they sell these things. That's what just really gets me going. But it's like, makeup is subjective. I know that. Some people might think that these are perfect. Some people love this palette. I'm in like the minority when I say that I don't like this palette. So I feel like there are still some that don't like it, but long story short, I'm keeping it. I'm not mad that I bought it. I would still consider purchasing, I think, in the future. I don't know, though. I'd have to really be into the color story. Let's finish off with Jeffree Star. Holy Toledo. We've got 3 palettes left. I can't believe how long we've been here, but we're still here going strong. Blue Blood. I was so confused by this palette. Okay, first of all, love the blue. Love it. Love it so much. I wish that Tarte didn't fuck up royally, and I wish that they did their icy. Was it the icy betch? Was that what it was called? Basically, Tarte did their like April Fool's joke, and they did an all blue palette in the structure of like the Tartelette and Bloom palette. So you guys saw that one earlier. I'm giving you guys like the 411 on what the tea was with this. So they had a palette that looked like this, and it was all blues just like this, but not as many because you can't fit that many in here. So I feel like Jeffree Star saw that because everybody lost their mind because we thought it was real. And this is when Blue Blood was born. I was really confused with this palette because when I first wore it, my eyes turned so pink. Like the most pink that they had ever been. And I was like, this makes no sense. Like the eyeshadows are blue. How does my eyes turn obnoxiously like pink borderline red? I don't love Jeffree's formula for metallics. Like I feel like you have to really like, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it. Like it picks up really chunky. I mean, it's like they work. I feel like a lot of the quality has gone downhill. Like I feel like this palette's good. I'm still gonna keep it because this gives me that taste of blue. I always give Jeffree props because he goes like out of the box. He does things that like other brands are afraid to do. Like perfect example is the new cremated palette. I feel like he has the balls to go out of the box, and I respect that. It's just, I don't know, for how little I use these, I'm having a hard time investing in them now because I'm never really blown away with the quality. I'm just like, okay, it's good, but they're really expensive. They're really a pain in the ass to store because they are so chunky. Like that's one reason why I don't like the Alex drawers is because storing stuff is such a pain in the ass. But I mean, they're okay. They're not perfect by any means. They're not like the best eyeshadows on the market, at least in my opinion. The biggest turnoff for me, I guarantee, like look at, you can see how it's pink right there. That shade stains so badly. And it wasn't even on there that long. I didn't get the Blue Blood or Conspiracy. I didn't get Conspiracy. I did not get that one. Hold on, let me wipe off really quick. We got two more palettes to go. What was that? Tarte dropped the ball. I would have picked it up big time and missed it. Yes. I feel like they definitely dropped the ball, and then they ended up coming out with the palette, and then they changed like the structure of it, and I was not a fan. Hey, Bridges, what's up, girl? I don't have any of his palettes. I personally don't like the formulas. I'm noticing I'm becoming less and less of a fan of the formula. So this next one, I'm going to end it on a high note. So this next one is going to be, I'm going to keep this, I think. No, I'm not. I'm not going to keep this one because I don't like the formula on this at all. This was the very first palette that Jeffree had done. This is the Beauty Killer palette. The formula on this is tragic. Like how he got the reputation that he does after this palette, I have no fucking idea because it is so, it's bad. It's not a good palette whatsoever. I think he really redeemed himself. I think it was, Blood Sugar, I think, was the one he did after. I think that's where he redeemed himself. This palette, though, horrible. Terrible quality. Not a fan. I think the packaging's cute. But other than that, I'm just like, I'll show you. I'll do some like partial swatches. It's just like that swatch looks better on camera than it does in real life. It's just very lackluster. Very just, they pick up really weird. Almost like a tough, dry feeling formula. Just not the fave. We're getting rid of this one. I never reach for it anyways. I thought about keeping it just because it was his first palette and like the collector in me kind of wants to. I'll set this like aside and I'll see if I pull it back in, but I don't think that I will. Whatever. We're going to get rid of that one for now. This next one is probably my favorite. And this is, I screwed this one up in mine and Karen's eyeshadow palette video. I realized it like when I was putting this video together today. Guys, we're almost done. If you guys didn't yet, give it a thumbs up. We're almost done. Even if you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. I have the Androgyny palette and it's so. I too don't own any Jeffree Star. This to me was my favorite one that he's done, and it's the Jawbreaker. I feel like this is so cool for spring and summer. This is my most colorful palette. This is where I really dropped the ball in my my video with Karen. This is my most colorful palette. And I wish that I had said this because I think this palette, it's just so fun. I think it's really fun. I think it's a perfect launch for spring. Like, I think this palette nails it. I think it's just cool. Like, it looks cool. I like the fact that it's like the minimal packaging. I just liked every single thing about this. And I think that this structure is how the cremated palette is, if I'm remembering correctly. I really like this color story. I think the formula on these are way nicer than especially the other palette. But even against like the Blue Blood, these are so much softer to me. Like, they feel soft. They feel nice. They feel like buttery. They feel like how you want an eyeshadow to feel. I still do get staining with some of these, but I think it's fun. I think it's just a fun palette. And that's pretty much it. I want to do a throwback video with this one too, because I never reach for it. And now is like the perfect time. And then you've got a red shade in there, which I've never used it, but I need to try that one. It's a palette that I had bought, and I don't think I've touched it really since. I think I maybe used it like once or twice, but I need to reach for this more. Especially like spring and summer. Like, tell me that's not like a perfect spring and summer palette. It's just fun, super fun. So that's going to be all of my eyeshadow palettes. Oh my God, we finally made it, you guys! Yay! Everybody say yay! We finally made it. Oh my God, no. I saved the best for last, you guys. You better put on a fresh pair of panties right now, because I'm about to blow your... I wish Angie was still here. She has these though, so she knows. She already knows. If you're still here, give me some thumbs up in the chat so I know you guys are here. You guys ready for these? These are the Clionadh Cosmetics and Sydney Grace eyeshadows. They're the multi-chromes. So we have the jeweled multi-chromes. These are the 6 on the bottom. The pastel multi-chromes are these 2 right in the center. And then the glitter multi-chromes are up here. And then the Sydney Grace, I think they're just called the multi-chromes, are these 3 over here. Oh my God. We're about to have a swatch party. You're about to lose your shit. Get ready. We'll start with Sydney Grace. You ready? I don't know if these are available right now, but you're going to see why I love these so damn much. These are absolutely stunning. I think if you're looking for multi-chromes, I hate saying this because I love the brand so much. I would not get multi-chromes from Clionadh Cosmetics. I only say that because theirs are a lot more expensive. These are like $15 with Sydney Grace. And just, are you guys seeing the shift on camera right now? Do you see how they're changing color as I turn my hand? Absolutely stunning. So these are Sydney Grace, indie brand. I think Terra Moon. Terra Moon's been doing multi-chromes. There's so many indie brands that do them. That's why I say, as much as I hate saying it, it's just Clionadh Cosmetics does these multi-chromes. They're just way more expensive than these other indie brands that are located in the US. So these ones, highly recommend. I think they're beautiful. But I will say, even though Clionadh's are more expensive, they are different. They are more sparkly than, say, Sydney Grace, right? So these are going to be, if you guys want to know shades of any particular one, let me know. I have an order coming. When? I'm not sure. They're having kind of a hard time with pre-orders and everything right now. That's another somewhat complaint that I have, but at this time I get it because everything happening with COVID-19 and everything. So these are going to be all of the Clionadh Cosmetics multi-chromes that I have. These are $25 a pop. So I think it converts to, is it 15 or I think it's like 17. Okay, so they're not a lot more expensive. They're not a lot. Okay, because in my mind I'm thinking $25, right? Because they're $25 Canadian. But there truly is something special about the Clionadh Cosmetics ones. I think they're a little bit more poppy. I think they are more glittery. So, with that being said, do I think they're worth it? Absolutely. But for the difference, it's like multiple factors that go into this. Okay, Karen says 15 US is 20 Canadian. So I think it converts to like $18 US. $18 or $19 US for 25 Canadian, right? They're a little bit more expensive. But here's the downfall. And I'm only telling you guys this because I wouldn't want you to order these like if I were you, I would order these just by what I'm looking at right now. The shipping time is very, very long with Clionadh Cosmetics. It's the only downfall. Like, the owners are so fucking nice. They're so sweet. But like, I placed an order like months ago and I still don't have it because of the shipping. They did a pre-order. Like, their shadows sell out insanely fast, but because they're such a small brand, it's almost like they can't keep up with the demand. So it sucks. It sucks because they're such a good brand and I want to keep supporting them, which is why I keep buying their stuff. But I think until like the customer service gets a little bit more of a handle on it, I'll probably start like entertaining other brands just for the time being. But the owners, like I said, they're so freaking nice. Their products are beautiful. Let me show you these pastels. The pastels are my least favorite because in like a weird way, they don't like, they look pastel, but at the same time, I'm like, when I look at these, I don't think of pastel, but they're really unique. Like, they're really unique shades. They're supposed to be like a multi-chrome, but they don't have as much of a reflect. You know what I mean? I think they're still really pretty. I really like the looks that I get with these. I don't think these are as expensive either. These ones here. I think these jeweled ones are going to be the most expensive. 25 Canadian is, or 25 Canadian, I think she means $18 US. Damn, Brit's had her conversion. Girl, when I'm spending that ching-ching, I make sure my conversion's on point. Yeah, so their stuff is more expensive. You have the conversion cost, you have the shipping cost because they are coming from Canada. There's just a lot of things that I would tell you to consider before just going on and ordering, because I'm an impatient bitch. Like, I want my stuff when I order it, when I pay for it. And it does take a long time. I feel so bad for Maggie and Lee at Clionadh right now. They blew up and then this happened. I know, it makes sense. I know, that's where I'm like, oh, I hate even saying it because I want you guys to support their brand. I even have a discount code with their brand, but I know how frustrated I am. And I ordered months ago. Like, I was supposed to get my order in April and then it got delayed to May. And I don't think I'm going to get mine until probably June. And I ordered these back in like January or February. And it's like you're spending a lot of money. It's like you want it now. We're just impatient. I have a video up comparing multi-chrome shades from different brands. Thank you. Bad to the brow. Bad to the brow. What the hell is your real name? I know it, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I know I recognize your Bad to the Brow name though. Before the COVID, Clionadh was going to hire more people to help out. Don't know if that happened with, yeah. I know, it's hard. I know, it's hard with delivery times. I know, it sucks so bad because these are my favorite things right here. These glitter multi-chromes, you guys. I feel like this is their standout product for me because I think these are the most unique things. Millie, that's what it is. Okay, I'll try to remember that. God, I'm so bad with we're trying to remember all your guys' names. Okay, so these glitter multi-chromes, these are what I always put on. These are like my transformer shades. So when you swatch them, you're like, okay, they're cute. Like, they're pretty. Like, they're nothing really that special. It's when you put them on top of things. It just totally changes the way that it looks. Whether it gives it like a different type of undertone or it just adds like a sparkle. Like, I use these all the damn time. I'm always putting them on my lips. I'm always putting them on my eyes. Like, I always do them on like inner corner. I'm always using these in so many different ways. These are the ones. I think these retail for like $12, maybe less than that. These are the standouts to me for Clionadh Cosmetics. I know a lot of people like their incandescent shadows, but these glitter multi-chromes, I can't wait to get. I think I got like the Vibrant bundle. I can't even remember what I ordered. That's how long it's been. I want to say I ordered more of these though. I think I ordered 6 more of these. I love the fact that they do bundles. Like they do bundles so you save a little bit of money. You can customize the shades that you want, or they have pre-made bundles, which these 6 down here, that was a pre-made bundle. They're usually the easiest to get are the pre-made ones. But these glitter multi-chromes, you guys, they're so good. I really hope that they get a better handle on like shipping and their orders and everything. I feel like when we were talking about it in one of our recent videos, like they sent their products to Shane Dawson, and I think they absolutely blew up after that. So it's amazing for them. It's just frustrating for consumers. So just be mindful if you do order these. The shipping time does take a while, unfortunately, but when you get them, they're worth the wait. As impatient as I am and as frustrated as I get them, and I'm just like, okay, I'm so glad that I ordered these. So I think these are all beautiful. These are like my most, I don't want to say cherished, because my most cherished palette is this one here. But as far as like the shadows that I like take care of the most, they're these ones, because they are very fragile. Like this one down here, it's broken like 3 times, and I'm just like, just don't break, just stay right there. So that's going to be the last eyeshadow palette in my collection. So what was your guys' favorite that you guys saw today? What's your guys' favorite palette? All that fun stuff. Let me take a sippy sip really quick. Millie says the glitter shades are chef's kiss for realsies. Glitters are my fave, true, and the new hybrids are really nice. I don't think I ordered any of the hybrids. I didn't get any of the Vibrant ones. I wanted sold out. Oh man. See, that's where I had like, I was in like a scavenger hunt for like rushing to order my stuff. Oh my God. It was a hot mess. Nico, exactly. Worth the wait. So what's your guys' favorite eyeshadow palette? Like if you were to pick one palette in your entire collection, what would it be? What's the number one? Let me know in the comments. If you guys like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up or down. If you don't like it, let me know that you don't like it. All that fun stuff. I'll probably be back. Today's Wednesday. Oh, I might be back tomorrow for a Throwback Thursday. If you guys have any requests for what you want to see in my Throwback Thursday, I think I'm going to do that live as well. But other than that, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Peace out, bitches.